Despite this modern-day world that we now live in, many of life's questions remain unanswered. Perhaps the greatest being debated since the birth of mankind is what happens when we die. Is it simply the end of the road and our existence ceases to exist? Or is there something more, something science can't yet comprehend? With today's technology, there is an abundance of paranormal evidence supporting the existence of an afterlife. But it's because of this technology that we can no longer trust what we either see or hear as being reality. So that's why I formed my own investigation team to gather our own evidence that we could guarantee is 100% real. You're about to join us on our most daunting journey yet, as we spend a night inside 3 of Britain's most haunted locations. This is Dark Territory. Our journey continues where we held our first ever investigation back in 2015. The Leopard Hotel in Burslem. In the year that's passed since then, we've carried out numerous investigations across the UK, hoping to experience that same level of activity once again. But nowhere quite lived up to the Leopard. So that's why we have to go back. But this time with more experience, better equipment and another member to our team. Highly respected psychic medium, Helen Lawson. The Leopard has served as a public house since at least 1765, but didn't become a working hotel until 1878, where an extension of 57 Victorian bedrooms was built to the rear side of the pub. In its prime, the Leopard Hotel gained the title of the Savoy of the Midlands, being one of the classiest hotels in the area. Unfortunately, this reputation didn't last, as in 1956, the extended 57 rooms were closed down and sealed off, a state in which they have remained until only recently, where they have once again been reopened. Having been abandoned for over 50 years, the hotel has now gained a completely different reputation of being the most haunted building in Stoke-on-Trent. We begin by walking around the entire building with Helen to see if what she picks up on corresponds with anything from our previous investigation here.
Yeah, I've got a lady. Yeah, I've got a lady in this room. Now, it doesn't mean that she's just bolted in this room and stuck here, but I do feel that she's coming here out of the way. Is this man? You see, I don't like this man.
Was that you, Sean?
Coming here out of the way. Is this man? You see, I don't like this man.
Was that you, Sean?
Coming here out of the way. Is this man? You see, I don't like this man.
Was that you, Sean? Was that you, Sean?
I was going to say... What?
That was a really loud sigh. That what you heard?
Yeah.
Sounded from your direction, dude. That was loud.
It's,
Do you not do that?
No.
That was seriously...
No. I'm keeping so quiet.
Sound like a guy being off.
Yeah, but he is. That's the problem.
Did you hear it, Ellen?
Yeah, oh god, yeah. Way. Is this man? You see, I don't... Well, because I feel like he's...
Well, I didn't hear it through this.
Right, it was by you, dude. You're hearing what's next to me.
I feel like he's down the
I heard that plain as day.
It was in the doorway. So, do you think he's just an angry person, or is he something?
It's definitely something to do with the... I nearly said prostitutes. I didn't mean to say... I nearly said prostitutes then, so it's something to do with prostitutes. I was going to say hotel, but he's something to do with prostitutes here years ago.
Also, if he's that angry with us, is he going to obviously play with us then all through the night? Or is he just literally angry the fact is that we're here and he's probably not going to give us more?
It's nothing to do with us.
My feeling is he hates us coming up into his domain, because when everybody goes away, then he can beat the women, he can do what he wants. It's like going back in time. He can relive it all. When we're here, it stops him in his tracks, and he doesn't want to speak to us, because the more he starts to communicate with us, the more people will come, and more people will come, and he doesn't want that. So,
I know you're probably not going to like this, what I'm going to say, but if he's like that anyway, would he react then if we provoked him later on tonight?
is that you?
You're touched?
No, I heard something major then.
Would he react then if we provoked him later on tonight? Would he react then if we provoked him later on tonight? Would he react then? Would he react then?
So, there's your answer.
Because I was listening to Sean's lavalier mic through my headphones, I missed the first sigh. The second noise, which was the growl, came through my headphones very loud, and I had to stop them talking.
Would he react then? Would he react then?
So, there's your answer, mate.
Yeah,
That
Goosebumps.
was horrid.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not nice. He's the main worry here, I think. He's the main worry. He owns this place.
Heard that again.
He owns this place.
Heard that.
He owns this place.
Heard that again.
He owns this place.
Heard that again. That.
Yeah. Yeah,
Do you not hear that, Sean?
I didn't
No.
say that.
It's from your end, mate. Seriously, that's the same noise as it just was.
I'm getting really hot over there. I'm burning up.
So we're going to do a spirit box session. We're in the top floor corridor, which is just noise down by the static camera. This is where we felt a dark presence, isn't it, Helen?
very
Something that
dark.
doesn't want us up here, which does match what we found in our first investigation. In fact, it's where we started our first spirit box session.
Calling out the man up here who's bullying all the other spirits.
That was like a sinister laugh, that was.
Come on and tell us, what is your name?
How you feeling, Helen?
Well, there's so much going on here that you're down there with that, but there's so much going on here. Did the name Tom come through on that?
I'm not sure.
I
I didn't make much out of that.
I got a Tom really clear come through.
I got a Tom.
There's a little girl. Did you? A little girl crying.
What, a Tom
screams.
through that or a
Yeah,
Tom
through
himself?
that. Through that.
What was that? Dude, is that the bathroom? Isn't it ching? Come down to one of these rooms. There was just something banged down here. Sounded like in the bath or something. Is this the bathroom?
The bathroom's downstairs.
No, this is an old one. That would be the same place, wouldn't it? Just heard you knock on something.
It's a bit from downstairs, yeah.
I was down the corridor. I was definitely down the corridor.
It doesn't like to come through. I don't think in the spirit box. He is around. He seems to be. He is around. He seemed like he was right down there before when he was shouting up here. He is around.
I
Yeah.
kept hearing loads of like
Like-
grumbling at the
Yeah,
back of
behind
me.
you,
And like,
yeah.
I heard that.
loads, but
Yeah.
I couldn't put it down to whether it was downstairs because that was so loud as well, so I couldn't deter which one it was. But I kept hearing loads of grumbling and like proper
Yeah.
as if like he was a bit like what you said earlier on,
Yeah,
like
it did.
oh
Yeah.
type thing, and I heard that quite a lot.
got boys. I've got little boys. Oh. I just don't feel very happy with him.
Really?
No.
So do you think it makes sense an older person, when they pass on, would revert to a younger age if that's when they were happier?
Yeah?
Yeah?
But I mean, fancy this being the happiest times. It doesn't feel a very happy... as far as we're concerned, this doesn't feel very happy.
Looking at the place now, but I suppose it may have been very different back in time. You picking up any ages, Helen, of these young boys?
About 8 or 9.
How old do you say you are? 5. You're 5, are you?
7.
We now begin our first vigil in one of the older original hotel rooms situated above the pub area. Before we even get started, these orb anomalies are captured by the static camera appearing to circle around us at high speed. This second orb appears to go directly into Tim. What makes this even more compelling is how he starts to become mentally affected as this vigil continues. As we are joined by Helen, we decide to carry out an experiment involving psychic protection. It's common practice for psychic mediums to carry out protection for their team before an investigation to keep away anything harmful or negative. To put this to the test, only Owen receives this protection, while myself and Tim stay out of it. Will we end up regretting this decision?
It's going to sound dead weird now, but I don't feel myself, but I do feel myself, if you know what I mean, because obviously I'm talking amongst you, so I feel lower out that way.
When you say you don't feel yourself, as in...
I just, like I said, I don't know what it says, like I said, I just don't feel myself.
Your mood's different.
And in all the times I've come here and I've investigated, this is the 3rd time now, this is the first time I feel literally scared.
Really?
You feel scared?
I feel scared.
That's the first for
That is
afterlife.
Yeah, because you're normally the brave one.
I was going to say, don't get me wrong, again, it still wouldn't stop me from, like I say, if one of you guys turn around and goes, well, you sit in it, and then yeah, I'll still do it. But yeah, out of 3 times investigating this place, this is the first time I feel scared.
Should I get you to hold the thermometer? Just in case you end up getting a spike eventually.
Whoa!
Right.
Whoa!
Jab.
Whoa!
Right.
Whoa!
Jab.
Whoa!
Right.
Whoa!
Jab.
I literally just got that poke again.
Well, you got protection.
That's brilliant.
It's happened to you the one with protection, so.
If you look closely, you can see a solid white orb shoot away from Owen at the moment he is poked. This visually validates his amazing personal experience.
That was the second time I've been touched at the Leopard Hotel. The first time was when we did some daytime filming 2 weeks prior. It was a pretty hard prod. And the second time, as you see, was when we were doing the vigil. Whoa!
Right.
Whoa!
Jab.
Whoa!
Right.
Whoa!
Jab.
Whoa!
Right.
Whoa!
Jab.
I literally just got that poke again.
Well, you got protection.
That's brilliant.
It's happened to you the one with protection, so. Any spirits? This is Helen. She's obviously new to our team. Come near Helen, she might be able to sense you.
If there's any children here, come stand beside me. Come into my energy.
I've either got a mist or a white light. I don't know if it might have been off your phone, but it went behind you.
Is there any children here? stand around me. I feel like there is somebody coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, goosebumps. Hello, we can feel you.
There is somebody coming. It's a little girl.
Hello, are you here with us? Oh, sure. Right. And then give it all, just across the room. Hello, who's around us? Who's in the nursery? I think it was 30 again, mate. I think it was 30 again, mate. Leopard. That is the first time ever that has gone off. That was you, thank you very much. Come on, tell me your name again. Girl is age 7. The male figure that sends it then, can you make the Leopard light up again? Whoa! Do you like the doll? Thank you very much. Put it up. Thank you very much again. I felt movement on the floor. Footstep, vibration. Whole my body was just tingling from head to foot. Whoa, look at that. We're out. Whoa, look at that.
Although we've always been willing to try different methods to gain evidence, we've always stayed away from using a Ouija board. However, now accompanied by a psychic medium for the first time, and in the location where we first started out, it seemed like the right time to try it.
Okay, so I gather there's somebody here. Just spell out his name.
Spirits of the gentleman that we were here with earlier on.
Is that an age? Is that a year?
Seemed to be the nasty person up here.
Is it a room number?
Seems to think it's okay to bully females, kids, everything.
Is that
Heard you
an
earlier on.
age?
You didn't like a lot of things.
Much to our surprise, the Ouija board had failed to give us any intelligent information, despite using it in 2 different areas.
Known to us.
However, activity had not stopped in the nursery room, as the REM pod next to our Annie doll was triggered yet again.
So the subject of poltergeists, what would you class that as?
Oh my god.
Said to be the home of the most violent poltergeist in Europe, we now arrive at 30 East Drive. This very ordinary yet dated terrace house in Pontefract has been the feature of a horror film based on the real-life accounts of the Pritchard family, who experienced paranormal activity here at its worst. It's thought that the spirit of a monk, now known as Fred, is responsible for this haunting, although the reason why is unknown. Many people claim to witness a black apparition or mist during investigations here and feel generally uncomfortable throughout the house. It's a location that we had to investigate.
30 East Drive, scene 1, take 1.
So we've just arrived at 30 East Drive in Pontefract. We're going to go in and we're not going to let out that we think it's haunted, that we believe in ghosts. And we're going to see if that causes this spirit to want to show itself, to prove that it is here, rather than us going in shouting asking for it. So, right, should we do it, lads?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Poltergeist energy is more demons. I don't even like saying the word. It's the darker side of life. Poltergeist can be very strong. When it comes to the darker spirits, they don't want to interact and say hello. They don't want to communicate, and it's not with love. Spirit come through with love. They come through. They usually want you gone.
We begin our discreet investigation by playing a game of cards, hoping this will provoke Fred into trying to scare us away.
We've got 3 photographers in my cards. You go Sean Knine, and then 4 of something else.
It's not in the corridor, just sounded like we've been interrupted. Would we try what we try on the next door, proper quiet down there?
That's amazing.
Over 3.5 hours later, with no obvious activity, we decide to abandon the experiment and revert to our usual methods of investigation.
Let's go lights out. So I'm listening out for Fred. Try and say Fred. Is that Annie?
That said, Annie.
Annie, are you with us from the Leopard? Is that you, Annie? Say your name again if it is.
That was Annie again, but in a male voice.
So we're calling out asking for names, and it sounded like Annie came through this box again.
Anything else?
I've just got the word Annie with you, Sean. I've just got the word Annie around you.
This is obviously the name we keep getting at the Leopard. We're wondering, is this a different Annie, or is this the same one that seems to be attached to us now? To the Annie that answered, are you from the Leopard? Can we just go back to the whole Annie thing a little bit?
Yeah.
You say that come to you,
The word just came to me.
springs to your head.
Yeah.
Is that someone bringing that to you, or?
It was just within your aura. I just felt Annie with you.
I thought we heard you say Annie, is that right? Or Annie? Say it again. Hello, who's around us? Who's in the nursery? That Annie?
That said, Annie.
That Annie?
That said, Annie.
Appreciate it might be difficult. But we've got patience. We'll wait.
Cheers, mate.
That's what I heard.
Cheers, mate.
Who said cheers, mate? What's your name?
You're here with us. My name's Tim. And we're here to communicate with you.
I went up to Annie when I started calling her. It's starting to freak me out.
You did say that. Maybe she's following you around.
That's what I'm thinking. Is that how it works though? Can they just come through anywhere?
I don't know. If I knew the answer to that.
I'm starting to wonder. Can spirits just come in anywhere? It doesn't matter what building you're in. If you just sit in the quiet and call out and have the equipment to do so, can they just come through from the spirit world? Is it to do with the location you're at? Not necessarily. What's that ramp on, mate? Is there anyone up here with us? You do something to let us know. What we really want from you, which is why we've come here, we want you to move things around, chuck objects. been told that you've got the power to do that. Knock something over, throw something. Do something really cool. Come on, you can have fun with us, we're just 3 guys.
Can you tell me the year it is, please?
Like a cat that did to the spirit box. Considering what you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
Tim said he thought he saw something shoot across the floor.
Yeah.
The thing, we're always looking for human spirits, but what's to say that an animal couldn't have died so suddenly? We had this discussion earlier, because Owen, your cat passed away, didn't it?
Yeah, it suddenly got hit by a car and suddenly passed over, and
So it wouldn't know that it'd been killed because it's
No.
such a sudden death.
yeah.
And you reckon you see stuff going around your house and you hear things.
You certainly hear things. It's just what familiar sounds to what she used to make. So
And when you've gone to find something, there's
there's
nothing there.
So you used to think, well, you know,
So,
we always try and communicate with humans, so let's try and communicate with animals.
Take this little ball in case it is an animal running around.
Yeah.
I'll come through. Well, Annie, I heard your name, so if you're with us.
Yeah, I certainly heard Annie, but I heard Annie in a male and a female voice.
I heard it female when I heard it.
I heard it again in a male's voice.
We were just saying, could it be possible we get followed round?
You take it that certainly can happen, don't get me wrong. Especially if she's attached herself to you.
Okay, so we've been sitting in the living room for a good hour. We've heard very faint, possible groans, but nothing concrete really. Not really any evidence. Carried out a spirit box session and it did sound like there was some interesting voices, but we'll have to review them. So, we've mainly been focusing downstairs. I think it's time we move upstairs,
Yeah.
go into the bedrooms, see if we can get any activity there. So yeah, there's been little activity downstairs, see what we get upstairs. So we've got Sean Owen in this room. Did you say you're leaving the night light on, dude?
No, I'll turn it off in a minute.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's the first room up the landing. There's a staircase. Now, as we've just been getting ready for bed, that REM pod has just gone off, the same as it did at the Leopard. Just the first green light, which was interesting because nobody was near it. Okay, and there's Annie Doll riding the good old rocking horse there. In this room, in the dark, is Mr. Brave. Got our Tim. How you feeling, mate?
Alright, mate.
Yeah,
Seems quite alright at the minute.
okay.
Whether it stays like that's another thing.
That's it. Soon find out. And then I've got this little room. Which is said to be Fred's room. It's where the bed gets trashed. So, I'm leaving the door open. Okay, so the lights out now. We're all in our bedrooms. Let's just show you guys what we're seeing. So, we've got a little bit of a dim glow in the corridor from the UV light, but it is pretty dark. It is times like this where you wonder why you do this, but if we get good evidence, it's worth it. So we ask again if there is any spirits in 30 East Drive. We're here to document your existence. If I call out, can you knock on a wall up here to confirm that you are up here with us? If you can't bang on something, go near the rocking horse out in the corridor. Make the red device light up by going near it. I believe you've already done this earlier. say I feel comfortable there. There is something about the place. Especially now it's late. Do you kind of feel just watched and not welcome?
No. Doll's jumped off the f***ing rocking horse. The doll's come off the rocking horse. How could that have happened? F***ing hell. The doll's jumped off the f***ing rocking horse. Standing here and the dolls flew off the rocking horse. Maybe. No, that died, but I've had this recording. That was proper wedged on, that horse. I'm standing here filming over the side.
It's something going to bang.
Yes, don't come off.
Okay, so just filming over the banister, and that doll's fell off the rocking horse. I swear I didn't knock it. You can see on the footage I'm standing at the top of the landing. Can't debunk it, can't explain that one. Okay guys, so it's now 7:30. Made it to the morning. Let's go check on the other guys. Been alright? Nothing. Yeah. Can't explain that, mate. Could it have fell off, maybe, but I can't see how it fell like it did. Go check on Sean. Morning, mate. How's your night been? Yeah? You had nothing? Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's just me that had the dull experience, but other than that, it's been quiet for me as well, to be fair.
At approximately 4:30 in the morning, when we had all eventually fell to sleep, our downstairs static camera that was running captures a loud bang, followed by what clearly sounds like a large ball bouncing down the stairs. When reviewing the footage I'd captured prior to this, when the doll came off the rocking horse, you can see a large bouncy ball in the corner of the landing, on the opposite side to the staircase. Now, look at 7:30 when I woke up and turned the camera on. This is absolutely chilling, as there is no logical explanation of how that ball could have moved from one side to the other by itself and then down the stairs. Especially being positioned in the corner, which will protect it from any draft that could possibly push the ball in that direction, of which there wasn't any, as all windows were closed to help prevent noise contamination from outside. This only further validates the possibility that the doll could well have been pushed off of the rocking horse by an unseen physical force. Although our investigation seemed to be a quiet one, have we actually managed to capture 2 different cases of poltergeist activity from within 30 East Drive. We now head to the last location of our journey, famously known as one of the most haunted buildings in Great Britain, if not the world. This is the ancient Ram Inn. Situated in the town of Wootton-under-Edge in Gloucestershire, this former pub dates back to 1145, said to be built over a 5,000-year-old pagan burial ground. Inside the Ram itself, an unearthed grave remains exposed to this day, in which the skeletons of 2 children were found, alongside 2 sacrificial daggers. This alone seems a strong enough cause for a haunting, but when you delve deeper into the history of the Ram, you soon realise that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Another case is that of the witch, or at least that's what she was accused of, before being burnt at the stake nearby. It's thought that she took refuge within the ancient Ram, along with her cat, both of which are said to still be haunting the building. It's now time to venture inside the ancient Ram Inn.
Let's start our walk round of the ancient Ram. Come to the first room. Now this room is most notable for the ancient grave, which as you can see is exposed. Now it's said when they first started working on the building, they found this grave by accident. There was actually 2 skeletons of children. So that is just, it's quite disturbing to see that. So as we leave the living room, come into the barn area. Now this room is just being used as a bit of a dumping ground. It is a vast room. A real old smelter.
This whole place is quite musty, isn't it?
Yeah. It certainly has the atmosphere.
Since I've been in here, I get the impression that it's so heavy.
Yeah. That's everywhere though, isn't it? It's not just...
Yeah,
I don't think any rooms in particular, it's everywhere.
exactly.
It's almost, to me it feels like gravity is just pushing on you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it does
dense.
feel like somebody's literally just pushing against my chest constantly.
It's a popular theory that ley lines cause heightened paranormal activity, especially when 2 intersect over a certain point, such as in the case of the ancient Ram Inn. A ley line is a straight geographical alignment that is the result of a fault in the Earth's tectonic plates. Through these cracks in the plates, a powerful magnetic force is released, which can be physically felt by the human body, which is possibly what we are all currently experiencing.
Okay, let's move on. So we now come through to what is said to be the most haunted room in this building. It's known as the Bishop's Room. So this room has a little bit more dark history about it. If we have a little look at the fireplace here, you'll see there's a little hole at the back. Now it's said that a satanic object was found in there. A small horseshoe, I believe. Something associated with
along there.
devil's hooves. But anyway, it was found and uncovered in there. So it is believed that this bishop, whoever resided in this room, could have been into a bit of the dark arts. The last room is the attic. Such low ceilings, aren't they? Watch.
Yeah. Just bang my head.
So there's actually a bed in there. I tried to think who would have slept up here by themselves. So Imagine being up here with lights out. Well, one of us will be later. So our first vigil, we're in the Bishop's room. Now this room is said to be the most haunted in this building. How are we all feeling so far?
I'm feeling back okay again now, I am, to be honest.
Yeah. Me too. The heaviness doesn't seem to be around now for some reason, since we've had a walk around. Let's try and bring that back.
Definitely.
So, if there's any spirits in the ancient Ram Inn that can hear us, we're in what you call the Bishop's room. Welcome you to come in, join us if you're not already. We've come here for the whole night to come and communicate with you. Calling out to the spirits of the ancient Ram Inn. We're in the Bishop's room. Please come round and join us. We're here to communicate with you. We want to see what you can do. Please come around. Then let us know you're here by making a noise. We'll introduce ourselves to you. My name's Sean.
My name's Tim.
And Owen.
We call ourselves the Afterlife team. It's understood that we may not be able to hear spirit voice with our own ears. It's the frequency that it's at. Same with the spirit box that we use. It comes from radio waves. It's trying to understand that it could be some other sound frequency that we can't actually hear, so that's why we use equipment. We don't know how true this is, but we've heard there's a spirit here that loves sex with men. Well, you've got 3 guys here. We're more than willing to experience that. Well, I don't know about you guys. I'm more than willing.
Just pulled my hair.
Yeah? There's definitely nothing above you do. A definite tug.
Just a little, yeah, a little tiny. I just pulled my hair.
Thank you for that. Can you make a sound, something we can hear? It's great that you can touch. Something we can all hear, that'd be amazing. But we're sitting here being patient, but we can only wait so long. A camera will only last for so long.
Go on.
How long have you got, Tim?
About another 6 minutes.
You got 6 minutes.
Shall I turn this light off? Right?
Fucking gives heads up, man. Jeez.
Dude, do you not see something run across that bed?
Yeah, that's why I've just turned the light on.
I thought it was you, but it didn't look like you. It was too quick.
No, and literally I've just gone icy cold.
Both myself and Owen saw something black run across the bed.
Looked like a cat or something.
I've gone absolutely icy cold.
Well, there's stories of a cat that's in here and it belongs to the
I got
witch.
major goosebumps. I feel like I can't move even.
It was just like a solid black mass, and I got intense goosebumps at the moment I saw it.
Well, if it's shot across, it should be on here, but I certainly wasn't looking at the screen. Because, like I say, my heart is now just going from when you whistle just out the blue. Didn't even say to us, yeah.
That was a solid black mass run across that bed in front of you.
When we were doing this vigil, we were all in darkness. We couldn't see a thing, but I did see this black object come towards me. And what was amazing is that it was backed up because Sean saw it at the same time.
Heads up, man. Jeez. Heads up, man. Jeez. Heads up, man. Jeez.
Dude, do you not just see something run across that bed? It blocked out your camera.
I wasn't looking at the screen because, like I say, I was like...
I saw it.
If you saw it, then there's a good chance it'll be on this screen.
And there's static behind you.
I saw it, and I just literally turned my torch on because it was that solid.
It's like it jumped onto the end of the bed and ran to you.
Well, I am freezing cold. I'm freezing.
Okay, did that whistle work then?
And I have to say, for somewhere that's quite haunted, not much going on.
To hit the device with your energy, with what you want to say. Got a little bit of a voice now. I'm hearing a male's voice. What is your name, sir? Sir, what is your name? Now is your chance to speak. We're here to listen. There's a female voice. That's a Bianca. You get it. The Leopard.
Got someone like to me said Leopard.
That's it, we're hearing you now.
Hello.
There we go. Hello. That was really good. That's perfect.
This always fascinates me, and I couldn't believe this the first time I heard it, but when we get an intelligent response come through the spirit box, sometimes it sounds like one of us.
I thought we heard you say Annie, is that right? Or Annie. You say it again.
Your voice coming back through. Your voice. Honestly? Yeah.
It sounded like you.
It sounded like you.
Scary.
What is your name, sir, that just said hello?
Steve.
Steve, is that right? Instead of me questioning you, have you got a question for us? I thought I had the Leopard then. Is there anyone here that means to harm us?
So, we're in vigil. Up to the top of the attic. Let's go. Okay, let's do this. So, up here in the attic in the ancient ramen, I don't know if you can see. what's up here. Excuse me. Sort of not felt too bad majority of the night. Had the odd heavy feeling, but I don't know, there's something up here that just doesn't feel right. So let's call out a bit. Any spirits here in the ancient ramen? Want to come up here and join me in the attic? Come up. Knock on something. Bang on something. Right, let's have a little look. Struggling to breathe. Come and speak to me. The REM pod's going off up here. We thank all the spirits. If that is you, go up to it again.
Just had reports from Tim that the REM pod's going off. He's on the top floor, they're on the middle floor, so we're going to go up and investigate.
We know you're capable of doing it.
At the time, I was unbeknown as an orb was in and around, flying around my legs. Was this the possible cause of me feeling nauseated?
You're still feeling nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
The whole atmosphere's changed.
Yeah. I'm sensing something around us, seriously.
I feel like you vomit.
Do you?
Mm.
You feel sick?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I saw something about Tim's right leg. No, his
Oh, I
leg.
did with my own
His
eyes as
left
well.
leg, sorry. Well, sort of leg. You
Sort
can't
of
see
over
me.
there.
Come on, if you're making me feel sick, I'm sorry, that's not good enough for me. I don't know whether it's just myself making it more psychological, but I don't know if I'm changing within myself.
You were like angry? Happy?
I don't
Miserable?
know.
Sad?
No, I'm not miserable, I'm not sad. I don't know whether it's just frustration.
You sound yourself, mate.
Come on.
You've been a disappointment, Ancient Ram. Travelled a long way to come and see you.
I don't know, I feel like there's an entity somewhere around this area. Because I'm feeling sick. I'm cold. I think you're weak. I don't think you're nowhere near as scary as what people make you out to be. Come on, come from out the corners of everywhere. See proper loads of like flashing stuff
Are you?
everywhere down this bottom area.
3 minutes. 17 minutes.
Again, we call upon the spirits here at the ancient ramen, come up into the attic space. All the entities that are supposed to be in this building, come up into the attic space. Come on, the two gentlemen sat in the other room. Affect them in some sort of way. I can feel you doing something to me because I don't feel myself. Anybody else? The guy sat in the other room don't believe that there's anything here.
Come and touch us. Come and throw something at us.
Flash down here.
Down where?
down here in front of me in the corner there, red.
Red, okay. Tim, do you feel like you're getting angry?
I don't know whether it's because I'm getting, I don't know, but my whole legs are just like quivering.
Okay. Do you want a break from me for a second, mate?
No,
Just
no,
for your own
it's-
sanity, that's all. I don't want you to...
If I noticed anything different, I wouldn't, because at the end of the day it's the safety of you guys as well.
Okay, so we've moved down out of the attic. We're now back in the bishop's room. He keeps tracking it. Above the crosshair in the middle.
2 seconds, I'm just gonna...
It's a proper move then.
It's tracking something. Yeah. Okay, it's a heat source, is it?
Yeah.
Come on again, I'm asking all the entities and the ancient ramin to come into this room. The bishop will now enter your room now. We're in your domain. Bring yourself in.
It's 27 degrees temperature of it.
Come and speak to us. Come and sit down. We weren't scared of you upstairs, and we certainly won't be scared of you in your room.
Scream.
Knock on something, bang on something. There's a device in the doorway. Walk in. As you walk in, set it up.
Jesus. Whoa. No. No.
You alright?
Yeah, no.
What's grabbed you? Is it a grab? Who's here? What's your name? What happened, mate?
You just grabbed my arm. Oh, not man, that's just fucking funny. Did you not? It was just before that, just after that noise. There was like a. Jesus.
I didn't hear no noise, but I kept seeing loads of flashes on the eyes. But
I thought I heard a noise, dude, but... Well, there's a moment. Thank you. You're right. That was more than a poke this time.
It was like
I did ask for one to touch one of you.
You good?
Yeah.
Sit down, mate, right time.
It was like this. I swear it was like this. Like this. Yeah, it's like I felt my bicep going.
I think everybody's only human, so you're bound to get scared. Simple as that. I think that's why I've always said, as much as I'll be brave to do stuff, I'll certainly get scared, without a shadow of a doubt.
I was so excited to hear that little groan.
And you followed through.
I think for me, having my arm grabbed with such force, it's given me a lot of respect for the paranormal. And it makes me wonder what else is possible. This journey's been incredible. The amount of paranormal evidence that we've captured has been amazing, and it's been consistent. And I know for myself, for Sean and Tim, this is the reason why we do this.
I think for me, the most memorable part of our journey has been this Annie, this name that keeps coming up wherever we go.
I thought we heard you say Annie, is that right? Or Annie? Say it again.
It was amazing on our first investigation that we heard this name twice. It's personally what made me such a believer in the paranormal. But then when we went back to the Leopard, and back in that nursery room, and we heard her again.
Hello, who's around us? Who's in the nursery?
But then we went to 30 East Drive, and yet again, Annie.
That's said, Annie.
Is it possible that we are being followed around by a spirit? Or is it the case that I said at 30 East Drive, can they just come through from anywhere? It doesn't matter where you are. What can we conclude from our 3 investigations? For me, one point is that our strongest activity has been after the hour of 3 in the morning, between 3 and 4.
The more you delve into this, the more doors are open. I don't think we'll ever get to the bottom of it, but it's something that we will continue to do.